14 members of our team, 8 of which are graduating seniors. They will be sorely missed. We had one Tri-Valley League All-Star and 2 honorable mentions. The Tri-Valley League is extremely hard. It's extremely competitive for tennis. These guys are playing against kids that have grown up playing tennis since they could walk, and a lot of these guys come in their freshman year never having played before. So they fight tooth and nail for every single point. Our season was highlighted by 2 5-0 sweeps of West Bridgewater and several other extremely close matches, some matches that went like hours long, and these kids just kept fighting, and it was really impressive to see. I'll get to the awards. We have our most improved player is a sophomore. He worked his way up the ladder this year against 8 seniors and worked his way into the 3rd spot playing 3rd singles. Our most improved player is Devin Kelly. Our most valuable player is also our Tri-Valley League All-Star, Norton. Played first singles and had a record of 9-9, which is amazing. He's going up against the #1 players from all of these huge schools that play tennis their whole lives, and he fought hard all season long, and he wanted that perfect 500 record, and he got it right at the end. That goes to Brandon Jenkins. This award to me, there's one kid that just stuck out. This is a kid that he shakes everyone's hand, his opponent's hand, he shakes the opponent coach's hand. He compliments a kid. If the kid gets a point on him, he'll say that was a great shot, you got me. Always has a positive attitude, always. Will do anything that he is asked, and we're going to be sad to see him go. Alex Polinsky.
Update time.
Oh. Yeah.
So if we drag the social out after this long enough, we're going to get to welcome home the Division IV state champion boys track team. I think we're safe saying that they're up 60 points with 2 events to go. And we might be welcoming home the girls state champions. They are up 15 points with 2 events to go. So I'm really hoping that he's not answering my text messages, and I apologize for doing this. As teachers, we always say, put your phone away. But this is
An exception.
exception. Thank you, Robert.
You're welcome. Yeah, just helping you out.
So, I'm going to read the write-ups for boys spring track and girls spring track, and I am not going to announce the award winners because I think it would be right for them to be able to announce those at their banquet next week. So, for girls spring track, the team had a perfect season, going undefeated in the regular season at 6-0. They were co-Tri-Valley League champions, sharing the title with Hopkinton, who hasn't lost the spring TVL championship in 15 years. The girls were Massachusetts State Relay champions for the first time in the spring, and the girls team is also currently at the Division IV state championship as I read this speech. This is from Miss Nastry. And then there's 2 stars. I am not going to read these awards for the girls track team because none of the recipients are here, and Coach Nastry would like to surprise them at their banquet next Wednesday. Great job, girls track. The boys spring track team had a perfect season as well, going undefeated in the regular season at 6-0. They went on to the Tri-Valley League Championship meet to win it with 163 points, outdistancing second place Hopkinton by 88 points, who scored 75. We might have to move them up in divisions, huh? No? Okay. This is the most amount of points scored by any TVL team at the championship in at least 8 years. The boys were also Massachusetts State Relay champions for the second straight year. The boys team is currently at the state championships as well, winning it, by the way. And hopefully, this is from Coach Taylor, they'll be texting in the results, which they have been. And I'm not getting any updates. But I'm not going to tell you they're JFK MVP or most improved either. So congratulations to them. We do have one other thing to hand out. The First and 10 Foundation, which is one of our booster organizations here that supports our football program, asked us to hand out some scholarships, graduation gifts, how do you want to call it? Yeah. So thank you to the First and 10 Foundation, and the co-presidents are Ted Kane and Mr. Steve Bishop. Tyler Williams here? Christopher Litchfield. State name. Matthew Whittington. George Reese. Robert Smith. Tyler Goldman. Well, John Cormier's here. How about Ryan Iannotti? How about Zach Friedman? Okay, that was great. Graduation. Is that fair enough? All right, for closing remarks, and then that'll be followed by a video from Mr. O'Neill. I'd like to call up our superintendent, Dr. Joe Baeta.
The video next, so that's fine. I'll close out. So first of all, I just want to say a number of thank yous to folks that put this together. From our athletic department, led by Ted Curley, our principal, Ms. Lafayette, and the rest of the staff. And one of the things these folks don't do up here is tell you a little bit about them as coaches. We have, season after season, Coaches of the Year every season here in Norton. And I actually have to beat it out of them to either come to a school committee meeting or be recognized or even get a letter from me. They just don't communicate well when it comes to that with the rest of us. I also want to thank Kevin O'Neill, who I know is here tonight, because Kevin has been really on me about making sure we bring this back. And I was happy to do it, and I think he's right that we need to have an end-of-the-year culmination activity that allows for us to celebrate. As you might know, we took a hiatus last year based on this event, so we're bringing it back a little differently. Unfortunately, track not being here today is unfortunate, but trying to change the date is going to cause all kinds of other ripple effects for other individuals. But it is because of him. And I wanted to recognize Kevin in a positive way to make sure that we did have this community celebration. So thank you, Kevin, very much. Kevin has also been videos that he's put together, getting clips from all the different boosters for the sports, etc. I want to congratulate all the seniors and thank them for being great student athletes. As a former high school coach, I know that as a coach and now as a superintendent that getting all of these W's is great. Believe me, I love looking at the banners that are up here. It was actually one of the first things that I did when I visited Norton as the candidate to be superintendent. As I walked this gym and I just looked around at every single banner that was here. And I knew that this was going to be home for a while, simply because I'm a huge sports fanatic. I love high school sports. You don't always see me, so I apologize to some of the athletes who don't see me when I'm out there, or if I'm not out there, but I try to go to as many events as I can. Fortunately and unfortunately, I'm invited to a lot of banquets. Fortunately, thank you for doing it. Unfortunately, I think I might be putting on weight. Just kidding. Come on, that was fun. Boys and girls track team state champions coming home. I'll finish my comments quickly by simply saying that there's a lot of folks in this audience who come into my office and ask about how we can start another sport. In the last year and a half, 2 years if you're counting ice hockey as well, we've brought lacrosse to the high school, we've brought to the middle school wrestling, soccer, boys and girls, baseball, softball, and I just got a request for cross country. Every single one of those sports, lacrosse, hockey, and the ones I just announced, are fully, 100% paid for by parents and their business partners that they get in town and throughout the community to support them. Not one penny of those sports funds are supported by, quote, the operational budget. So thank you to all of the people that I see here tonight that I know are in the background collecting not only those $250 and those $50 and those $100 for doing this, because it's because of you that we're able to support having the sports out. It's very easy for me to do because I simply try to do everything I can to simply say yes, and we've been able to do so. Follow the public schools Twitter account. I'm pretty much on it as much as possible. Friend us so you can get the latest. I usually get, if I'm not at the sport, I usually get it through Mrs. Taylor. I know she's not here, but #1 fan she really is. Pete, I just got on yours, so I'm retweeting your stuff out now.
And then I gotta tell you mine.
I'm not on yours yet, but I promise I will be before the end of the night. I know
Okay,
you're gonna
good.
get-
I'm 1176.
Perfect. I'll be right on. These are truly a wonderful way for us to communicate with the community. So thank you to all you guys and to this table for doing that. And hopefully the student body and parents who can get on it, it's free as access. So this is what I've learned in my 2 years here in Norton as your superintendent. First off, you are a sports town. You love your sports.
Oh, we do.
And I think that's great. Second, I have to do everything in my power to make sure that we continue to enhance those sports and support our student athletes so that they can stay connected to the classroom, because that's one of the things that I think happens with being a student athlete. I apologize that we have fees, and I know that the school committee doesn't like it that we have fees either. And hopefully as we move forward, we can do something about those or support the programs in other ways. But I will tell you the thing that I'm most proud of is that in every event that I go to, it really is about a sense of the individual and the team and the community. That's not something that just comes from teaching kids. That is something that comes from you as parents, guardians, and families, and we thank you for it. So we're going to turn this over to the video, and after the video, join us for some receptions, and thank you so much for coming out tonight.